Hi everybody, Kent from Oz here, and thank you for watching this video. I think it's time that we both have a talk because a lot has changed since my last few videos on my setups for my daily and also my work planners. And well, I've got a couple of things I need to tell you. I had been doing a lot of thinking and a lot of searching of what is it exactly that I want out of a Filofax. And the type of person that I am, I guess, it takes a while for me to make a mental list in my mind, and I need to try things out. And so that's what I've been doing, and in the last 18 months or so, it's been quite a journey. So you may, if you've been following my videos, you would be able to see some of the familiar binders that I've been using in the last 12 months. And at the end of last year, I was very fortunate to secure what I classified as my ultimate Filofax, my holy grail, which was the A5 Balmoral. And it just is such a beautiful binder, and I've been so lucky and fortunate to be able to purchase one and to use it. And my philosophy with Filofaxes is, although these are very highly crafted and in some cases quite expensive binders, I really feel that I need to use them to work and use them daily rather than have them sit on a shelf and be a collector's item or in a box and not use them. So buying the Balmoral, which was as soon as I saw them, and I saw Chrissy's video over a year ago at least, and I just saw it and I knew that the setout, the pockets, the quality of the leather, the large central pocket was really what I was aiming for. And when I was, as I said, fortunate enough to get one, everything was ticked on my list that this is what I wanted, and it was great. Again, if you've been following my videos, you would have seen that I secured a brown one first and used that as a work binder. And I had a black Stratford that I was using for a personal, and I was fairly happy with the fact that I could separate the two A5s, which was what I was using. I prefer to keep work and my personal life separate, and that really worked. And then when I was able to secure the black Balmoral at the end of last year, 2013, well then that just was my dream come true. So you might be wondering, well, why is he going through all this? Well, I had some soul searching, especially over the Christmas, New Year's break, and even all the way up to Easter. And what I was realizing was that although the Balmorals were just a luxury Filofax and everything about them really worked, there was one small drawback which I found over the months that I was using them, and I used them both daily. I would always have a Filofax with me and continually using them, which is what I do. But the one drawback which I really found with the Balmorals, which I found over the months was just getting a little bit difficult to use, was that they are very heavy, and they're also very quite stiff. Now the leather of the Balmoral is a very glossy, hard leather, very similar to a very expensive pair of shoes, leather shoes, or for a briefcase. And I have no problem with the leather quality, but what it was the binder was just so heavy because I have a lot of things in my binder. And what I was finding is that I was some days deciding not to carry it with me if I was going out somewhere, just solely because it was getting just too heavy. The other thing is that I started my Filofax journey many a long time ago, with basically deciding that a Colin Debden A5 zip brand worked for me, and it really did too. But in the back of my mind, I was always thinking, although I have this luxury large pocket with the Balmoral, I didn't use it as much as I thought I would. And the whole idea, especially with the large pocket, was I could put A4 paper size in, especially in my work, and then that would be very convenient. But honestly, it was very infrequent that I actually used the large pocket. So I found myself carrying these very heavy binders, and especially if I was at work, I would have both of them. I'd have my personal one on my desk, and then using the work Balmoral, and you know, it was a very great experience to use. But I had to make a decision, and so that's what I'm sharing with you today. That the time has come that I had to say, can I use these binders for the next 2, 3, 5 years and beyond? That was my plan. That was what I wanted. As the months went on, the answer was maybe there should be something else I might try to look for. So I did a bit of the looking around. I wasn't eager to get rid of the Balmorals. I thought, well, maybe I'll just, you know, find a couple of other alternatives, try them out. And I do own a A5 Malden, ochre Malden, which I use as a journal, and that, although not as heavy, just the size of it and the feel of it it's very conducive to what I like out of a binder. So looking around, and I asked a few friends on various Facebook and Filofaxes groups what they would suggest, and the one that came up the most was the Guilford. Now the Guilford is, you can't get them very often. I think that they're not made anymore, but it's a very soft leather. You can get them in a clasp and with a zip. And so what I did was I thought, okay, I'll start looking around and see if there are any there. And I did come across one, so I ordered one, and it arrived, and I think that made my mind up. So I know you've been watching these hands wiggle around as I talk, so what I'm going to do is show you the Guilford that I bought. So here it is. Just try and get it reflected a little bit better. Now it's a used one, and I don't quite mind having them used. I find that, and you can see there if I reflect it, you can see there's a few little battle scars there, but it's in a very, very, very good condition, and it was looked after very, very well. So I bought it and decided not to go with a binder that had a clasp, but with a zip. Now this was a little bit going backwards, but what I found I missed with my Colin Debden zip A5 that I used a long time ago, was that you can actually secure a lot of things in it. And although the leather of the Balmoral was very firm and very good quality, I did find things used to fall out, and especially the pen loops were just very, very stiff, and so only certain pens could go in, and some of them just very thin pens. And I've been moving into pens that are multi-inked pens, and at the moment what I find works for me is the Pilot Coletto pens. They're quite popular, but they really are very good. They've got a very fine tip as well. So what did I do? I got it. It's very, very soft. It's very, very big. It's got 30mm rings. And once I got it, I decided I'll give this a little trial. I wasn't keen to get rid of the Balmoral at this point, and so I moved into this Guilford, and just show you a little bit. And I'll actually do a video later on the Guilford to show you all the setup. But very, very basically, it has quite a large flat pocket here in the front, and of course, as I did mention, it's a zip opening. And those of you who are familiar with my setups will see that it's basically very similar to what I had. It's got quite a good pen loop there, which I've got quite a thick pen, and another pen loop here. Now, but what I've found is with my Coletto, and this will be for another video as well, the little press buttons that you use were marking the soft leather. So what I've done is I've just got a very cheap pen holder that sort of fits into there, and it sort of secures it, but it raises it up away from each surface there. So the Guilford. So within a couple of days I started to think, I really am starting to like this, but I wasn't prepared to say that, you know, my days with the Balmoral were finished for my personal one. But by the end of the week, when I'd moved into this temporarily, I just started to see that this was probably where I was going to head. Now, I really hesitate to change binders too often because, you know, my goal was to get one that works for me. But the zipper plus the heaps of different pockets, this aren't as many flaps and pockets as the Balmoral, but it holds everything in. And the thing that I also noticed was that the zipper action actually does more than just hold everything in for me. And you know, pens that fall out, and I've lost lots of pens with the open clasp binders, but this whole action of, at the end of the day, sealing it up and it's all secure, it's almost a closure for my day. And that little process, although it's only very minor, was actually it actually is what I need. The clip and the clasp on the Balmoral, and with a lot of other binders, you know, it closes and that's fine, and you can close that up, but you can see the paper on the outside, whereas this is basically totally enclosed. And to me, just on a conscious level, I think that really helps me. Just at the end of the day, I put this away. If I look at it, it's packed away, and I'm not tempted to open it again, and I like this about this binder. So I had to make a decision, because my philosophy, as I said, is I don't want to have binders sitting on the shelf. And I had these two really nice binders, this nice soft leather Guilford, and with the 30mm rings, and my beloved Balmoral, which I had looked and chased for so long. I made the decision. And this is what I just chose. I've chosen the Guilford zip, and very quickly put the Balmoral up for sale, and it was almost an adoption process, in that I really wanted the Balmoral to be moved on to someone who was going to use it, and the lovely person who actually did take it off me and purchased it, you know, really is a person who really wanted one, and will look after it, I'm sure. So the black Balmoral is no longer with me, and this is now my daily personal Filofax. As I said, I will do a video just to show the setup, another video, but I just thought I'd share it with you, because a lot of you have been journeying with me over me trying to find what works for me. And I guess you do need to just try and see, and be open to the fact that you will change, and sometimes what you really desire is good for you, but it just may not be what you need. And it was a very hard process to let the Balmoral go, I'll have to admit that, but as soon as I made that decision and decided that this really suits my lifestyle just a little bit more. It is heavy, it is quite thick, but the feel of it is good. It's not as heavy as the Balmoral, and it sort of slips in as well. And if I place this in my bag with the zipper closed, and it's all secure, and I just lift it, goes in and goes out. The Balmoral, I was always it was getting caught and so on, and yes, so time has come to say goodbye to the Balmoral. So thought I'd let you know, and thank you for all your support in my journey. For the people who were looking for me so hard, thank you so much. And I just hope that the person who now owns the black Balmoral will have such enjoyment that I had out of the time that I had with that one. But yes, this is the 2014 version. Will this be the one? I don't know. It really is, let's just grow together and work and see where we go. But at the moment, and I've had this for over a month, and it really is still working for me quite well. So as I said, I'll talk about that in another video. So this is Kent from Oz. Hang on, I can't end here because it's not the end of the story. There's actually one other thing I need to tell you, and that is that once I got my hands on this Guilford A5 Guilford zip and realized that the zipper and the softness and the size and the wearing size was working for me, I had a look at the brown Balmoral that I was using for work, and yes, I need to tell you, it's gone. And in its place is the A5 Durham. This is a vintage binder. I can hear some of you saying, no, what has he done? Well, it really was an easy decision as well. And once I got the other made the decision, I realized that at work it was the same story. And I really needed to have something just very similar, but I didn't want to get another Guilford. And these are very hard to get. But I had heard that these Durhams were quite good. And this one also has a clip. Now you might think it's a clip. It is a zipper one as well. It has this carry handle which I actually removed, and there's a zipper there, and I've got a little tag which I've been using to open the zip. But you might just see there's a little ring there, and it had like a leather strap as well. And again, I will do a video on all the ins and outs of that very quickly. It has a little clip which secures a front pocket as well, a very deep front pocket as well. So you can access that without opening the zip, and that's one of the things I like. And it closes it up. So I'll just quickly open it to show you. And there's the Durham. It is very similar. There's a long zip and very generous pen loops as well. And this is my work binder as well. And the reason I wanted something different is that I didn't want them to be mixed up, because occasionally I have actually taken the wrong binder home, just feeling it, grabbing it, putting it in my bag, and then realizing I've actually left my personal one behind and brought my work one home. So that's why I've got this tag as well, just so that very quickly I could definitely know it's the right binder. So that's my journey. Work. The two Balmorals have gone to better places, and now I've got personal Guilford A5 and sorry, did I say personal? My personal Filofax in A5, the Guilford Black, and this beautiful Durham, which is actually, I don't know if the video shows up too well. It's a black leather, soft leather, but it's actually got a very slight green tinge to it. I'm not quite sure. It's under these fluorescent lights I'm under, but you can probably just see it's just a bit slightly lighter than the deep black of the Guilford. But that's my setup now. So I hope you're not too disappointed. I hope you're rejoicing with me that this is the next step in my Filofax usage. A really long video tonight, but I just thought I'd share that journey because it really has been a journey. I've said that all along. It is a real journey, and things do change, and the way you feel changes, and you've just got to keep on working out what works for you and be prepared that you might need to move on if you have to. So thanks for watching, thanks for your interest. All the details are down in the description below, so I won't do that as well. And just again though, thank you very much for all the support and all the people who've subscribed to this channel. And if you've got any comments or questions, please comment. Now, just to make it very clear, both Balmorals have been sold, so that they're not available at all. So, but they have definitely gone to very good homes. And a big thank you to the two people who sold me these two binders, because, yeah, it's all part of that journey. So, I think I'll end it there. So, thanks for watching the hands again of Kent from Oz, and I'll see you in another Filofax video.